Is tucham means little also or insignificant?
Okay. So the question is tucham insignificant? Does it mean? So it can mean insignificant. In transactions, it can mean insignificant because tucham is non-existent. So you want to say something. So perhaps you can give an example. Maybe Maheshji had something in mind. Can you give an example, Maheshji? You're muted. You're muted. Okay. So
when I was learning in school, the teacher used to say, "Mulyam tucham guna mecham" or something. Mulyam tucham means price insignificant or value insignificant.
Price is insignificant. So she look at that. So she used that. Word in the sense of insignificance. So fine. Tucham can be interpreted in many ways. So, for example, we use the word satyam. So somebody in Sanskrit language, we do this often. So somebody asks a question and I want to reply yes. And I will say satyam. Satyam, yes. So satyam means yes in that case, in that context. In your context, tucham means insignificant. Because non-existent also can be interpreted as insignificant. So yeah, that is fine. It can be used that way in transactions. So Haraprasad, go ahead, unmute yourself.
So, mithya is satyam, but satyam is not mithya. Am I right?
Correct. So we will cover it tomorrow. We have only just introduced the concept satyam and mithya.
Okay.
And so yeah, eventually we will come to that conclusion.
Okay.
That because table depends on its existence for wood, depends on wood for its existence. Wood does not depend on table for its existence. So we will say table is wood because tell me which part of the table is not wood. Suppose you say no, table is not wood, then I will say show me that part of the table which is not wood. Every atom of this table is the atom of wood. Therefore, we are constrained to say table is wood. But wood is of course not table, because if wood were table, then wood can only be made into table, or wood will always look like table. And we see wood in so many forms, and so wood is not table at all. So therefore, yes, table is wood and wood is not table. A topic we will analyze further. I don't want to go into more detail now.
Okay. And also you can still continue, you can prove that wood is also not satyam. You are going to say that, right?
Correct. We will say that. We will say that. Correct.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Vishnu, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Jai Kumarji, Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. I just have one doubt on one more word. It may not be necessarily told now. Maybe in the further classes you could help me understand that. Always in these Veda mantras, Ritam Vachmi, Satyam Vachmi, or Ritam and Satyam comes together. So what is the relation between Ritam and Satyam? If it comes in the further classes also, I would be happy to know, because it sounds very similar, but I have never tried reading books, but I couldn't understand. That's right. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Ritam and Satyam, two words come, and so Ritam vadishyami, Satyam vadishyami tanmamavatu tadvaktaramavatu avatumam avatu vaktaram. Like that there is a mantra. And Ritam Vachmi and all is that. So two things. I speak Ritam, I speak Satyam. Like that the mantra says. It is just two words. So there, because it talks about, the context there is my vak, my speech. So what kind of speech I must, what must be the quality of my speech? That is what it is talking about. Ritam Vachmi, I speak the truth. Satyam Vachmi. Okay, now if I use truth for this Ritam Vachmi, then what is left for Satyam? Satyam also means truth. I speak the truth. So there is a subtle difference between Ritam and Satyam. So look at this. Somebody asks me, how do I go to the collector's office? And I tell him, you go this way, and then take a left, and then go north. And after 2 miles, you will get the collector's office. I told him, he went off. Now, that is my understanding of where the collector's office is. I told him the truth. Because that is, of course, if I wanted to go to the collector's office, that is the directions I will follow. But then, you know what? I'm not really sure if the collector's office is really there. Yeah, that is what I think. That is where I think the collector's office is. But I am not sure. What I told him is what I think is true. Ritam vadishyami. Tell what you think is true. Don't say something. I know something. I know that the program is tomorrow. Instead, I tell him the program is day after tomorrow because I don't want him to attend the program. Al Ritam. Al Ritam. That is not the truth. Because I just lied. Because I know program is tomorrow. I told him program is something else. Al Ritam. So here also he asked me for directions. I told him what I knew. So Ritam. But Shastram puts an extra burden on the speaker and says, Satyam vadishyami. Not only should what you say should be Ritam, it must be Satyam also. Really speaking also, that collector's office must be there. It is not enough if you think it is there. Look at the beauty here. Huh? Amazing, is it not? Not enough. So you better go talk to somebody else and ask them also where it is. Then advise this person so that this person is well situated once and for all. Otherwise he may hang around, he may get lost, and he may actually go in the wrong direction also. All because I think I knew where the collector's office is. I myself am new to Coimbatore, and I myself don't know so many places. And like a smart fellow, I go around saying this is where things are. In India, this is very common. This is very common. You ask them, where is the post office? Go there. Go straight. Go straight means what? I don't see any road in front of me. And he says, go straight. This is mind-boggling. In India, I don't know how they say all this thing. Go straight. Straight? Arey, kahan hai? Road nahi hai. Aage. Which go straight you're talking about? Aisa jake, aisa mudo. Go this way. I can mudo that side also. You're saying mudo this side. Big problem. This Satyam is not there in some of these words. So these people are Ritam. They think they know, they are smart. They know everything. Aisa ja. And even the way you say it, making sure it is communicated properly, making sure that person has understood, hey, this fellow is asking for directions. You be a little clear. Make sure he has understood. Aap samajh gaye ya nahi? You have to go straight. The road will curve a little bit, and don't go straight beyond that. You have to make a slight turn there. There will be a temple there, and that is your landmark. At that point, you turn a sharp right. Like that, if you say, then confidence is there. Nahito, you listen to all this and you go. What will you do? You will go to the next shop and you ask the same question again. Same question. Where is Durga Mandir? You will ask this question. How many times you have done this? Because these people don't know how to communicate. So now look at that. Question is, what is Ritam? What is Satyam? Ritam, speak the truth. Satyam, make sure it is true and speak it. We can add other things also. Communicate properly. Satyam. You have to be pakka. Communication has to be pakka. Otherwise, better to say, I don't know. I don't know where the Durga Mandir is. You please ask somebody else. Perfect. At least that person is clear that he doesn't know where the Mandir is. He is no longer confused about he thinks he knows. That is Ritam and Satya. Okay. Any other questions?
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, Venkateshan ji has unmuted. Let's see what he's.
Veda mantra without sound is Satyam or Anityam?
Can you ask the question again, Venkateshan
Veda
ji?
depends on sound. Veda mantra depends on sound. That means
Correct.
Vedas are Satya or Mithya?
Good. Good question. So, he's asking the question, Veda mantras depend on sound. That's what he says. So, we need to analyze that further. Yeah, so by our definition, if what Venkateshan ji says is correct, then Veda mantras themselves depend on something else for their existence. And therefore, Veda mantras become Mithya or Satyam. By our definition, Veda mantras are Mithya. Because that which exists by itself alone is Satyam. So, Veda mantras are Mithya. Something else is Satyam. So, correct. So, that definition is Pakka. We are not going to deviate from this definition at all. And so, if you can prove that something depends on something else for its existence, then you have reduced the status of that thing from Satyam to Mithya. Okay, correct. So, Venkateshan ji, your question is
Sun for the light.
Sorry,
That means
what is the question?
Moon depends on sun for the light.
Yeah. So,
as far as that characteristics is concerned, it is Mithya. But still it pulls the gravitational power is there. For that it is Satya. For the light point of view, it is
correct. So, I have muted you, Venkateshan ji. I have muted you. I understood your question. So, we have only introduced Satyam and Mithya today, and we have to study this a little further. And yeah, this example of moon, sun, etc. are given. Earth as something whose existence is revealed by something else. Moon doesn't shine by itself, and it requires the help of sun to shine, to express itself. Therefore, we say, therefore that example is sometimes given to highlight Satyam and Mithya, but not the best example. I prefer the example of table and wood. We prefer the example of pot and clay to unfold Satyam and Mithya, best examples. And we will talk about a few more examples in the next class. But so I don't want to bring up that example right now, Venkateshan. Okay?
Yes, can I ask a question?
Yeah, Haraprasad, go ahead.
No, I'm a little bit confused about this word ontology. This is the first time I'm hearing it. So you said about a circular square, and you said that is tucham. So non-tucham is ontology?
Yeah, so let me answer that. Go ahead and mute yourself, Haraprasad ji. Yeah, so I just mentioned the word as a word in English that refers to the subject of reality of objects. That's all. That subject is called ontology, like the subject of biology, zoology, psychology, etc. So that analysis that we are doing may fall under, at least some portion of that will fall under ontology. Ontology is not Vedanta, but I just wanted to introduce the word that there is a word in English. There is a particular field of study called ontology, which refers to or which studies the reality of things. That's all I was trying to say. Okay. Yeah. Good. So, if there are no other questions, okay, Hem, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Yeah, so I have an unrelated question. So when we previously we defined moha. Moha was we said it was delusion, right? Now, so there is, for example, there is a shlok in Bhagavad Gita which says krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti vibhrama. So when we say krodhat bhavati sammoha, how is that really delusion? So delusion could be because of lack of knowledge. I'm not able to make that jump from how is anger leading to delusion.
Yeah, it's a good question. So go ahead and mute yourself. So Hem jumped into a different topic. The question is, there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita. So dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bijayate krodhat bhavati samoha sammohat smriti vibhramaha ityadi. So there the context is a little different. It's pure psychology there. Okay. So there he says, hey, he talks about the evolution of, beautiful it is, how our mind can become trapped in some funny ideas, and how our mind can become disabled as it were. And he says in dhyayato vishayan pumsaha, hey, when a person dwells over objects and things, so then I dwell on objects, any object in this world, anything, any food, any person, anything I can become can come in my thought, and that person or that thing, sangasteshu pajayate, it creates an attraction, it creates a connection between me and that object. Somebody mentioned a month ago somewhere, they showed me something, and they showed me a nice phone which had some nice features, or they showed me an app, and now a couple of weeks ago I thought about that app. Last week I thought about it. Today I've been thinking more and more about it. What happened now? Sangasteshu padayate dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. The more I think about it, now I have developed a connection between me and that app. App means that thing, little software on that phone. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Then Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, from that connection, I develop kama. Now he uses a slightly stronger word. Kama, desire. Now the desire is full blown. Full blown. So I'm clear, I want this app. That's it. It started 1 week ago. I never heard about it. Somebody just mentioned it. Now, kama is there. Kamat bhavati. Kamat krodho bhavati. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Kamat krodho bhavati. Okay. So, kamat krodha bhavati. Look at this. He went from desire and jumped to krodha, anger. How can desire create anger? So, Hem, go ahead, unmute yourself and answer that question if you want to.
Yeah. So desire creates anger if there is an obstacle in the way. So that obstacle creates that anger.
Fantastic. Yeah, Pakka. That's one of the best answers, which is that I'm not angry with this app. I'm not angry with this app, but I begin to download it and it says, not, you have to upgrade your operating system. It happens on this phone. I'm still on iOS 9 and it's telling upgrade to iOS 12. Where is 9? Where is 12? I am probably some generations behind on this phone. And so it says, no, you can't do it. Look, I have Kama. I need this app. Scam Scanner I need because I'm teaching these classes and I've asked everybody to use Scam Scanner and I can't download Scam Scanner on this phone. Now I'm furious. I'm just, Krodha has come. Look at that. Krodha has come. What caused Krodha?
Kama.
Kama has caused Krodha. I can be angry with Apple. I can be angry with so many things, but that's a different topic. But if something comes in between me and my Kama, as Hem said, then that object will become, or that thing will become an object of my anger. Okay, so Kamat bhavati krodha. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. So there, that context is deluded because if the anger is there, they say you don't, what do they say? They say don't say things when you're angry. Don't say things when you're angry. You will come to regret it later. Correct? Why they say all that? Because the rational faculty is gone. Rational faculty, the so-called guy who's a big doctor, who's did all these degrees and he's holding all these things and he's this and he's that. All that not existent. When anger is there, all that suppressed. So don't speak when you're angry. They say just keep quiet. Just swallow it and do something else and get rid of that anger, then come back. So sammoha. There sammoha means complete delusion because the rational faculty is gone. So what comes out of your mouth will be nonsense. And don't say nonsense because people are involved. And so many things are there. You can hurt people. One word can be uttered and gone. Relationships can be broken. So please don't say anything. Sammoha. So that is a context there, sammoha. It's not anything more than that. Sammoha. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Ask the question again.
Yeah. So just following that, so how does sammoha lead to destruction of memory? So when you say smriti vibhramaha, does that mean destruction of memory?
Yeah, smriti vibhramaha. See, it's vibhramaha. So brahma means you are in a state where you are not sure who you are.
Achha, okay.
Okay, that is Brahma. So, Krodhat Vibhramaha. So, because I'm angry, I say things, I do stuff, I throw stuff at people. I do all kinds of things which they don't expect of an average, normal human being. So, there's all this wonderful culture and everything that is there in my head and everything I've studied, everything is non-existent. Vibhramaha. That is what is Smriti Vibhramaha. Smriti also Krishna introduces. Smriti means, okay, memory. So all the stuff that I'm supposed to have in my head is gone.
Right.
Temporarily gone. Hopefully temporarily. But if the karma is intense for all these things, then the smriti is not of much use. Doesn't come in handy for me. That is the meaning of the smriti vibhrama.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing more than that here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if there are any other questions, we'll take it up next class. It's almost 7:30 here.